This week we're going to be something pretty cool and really geeky all at the same time. We're going to be looking at McDonald's collectibles and some of the toys you got in Happy Meals. Specifically, mostly from this book, McDonald's Collectibles, The Definitive Guide by Ray Richardson and David and Lesley Irving. Let's take a closer look. Yeah, I had this book off my niece Lauren. She knows me into like collectibles and toys and all that kind of stuff. And especially like McDonald's stuff. I know if it's just being from a kid and all that kind of stuff, you know, you go to McDonald's and you get cool stuff. And also even my niece's kids when they were younger, used to go past McDonald's when they're like about 2 or 3 and went dip dip and stuff like that. So the tradition continues. Just picked a handful of my favourites from this book, but let's go to the first couple, and here we go. This is almost though something like a joke. I don't know if I've like subconsciously seen this and then said it to loads of people in the past and things like that. But I always used to joke about, wouldn't it be funny if they made a Babe Happy Meal? And here's a Babe Happy Meal from the USA and Canada McDonald's. Can you believe they got the little toys here of like a cow and the sheepdog? I want to be a big sheepdog, so we said. And it's dressed by George Mad Max Miller. And there's the old packaging for Babe there. This is Back to the Future toys here. And this weird about this one though, just flicking through it in the book, I barely remember the Happy Meal toys, and I barely remember the cartoon. But how cool is that? A Happy Meal version of that. I mean, they must be pretty collectible now, I would have thought. Let's go to the next one. Whatever that one is. Oh yeah, this is funny. I thought this will be one of those things, and this is from the Circus edition of the toys from 1991 in the USA and Canada. And I can't help but thinking with this, I'm really glad we've moved away from the circus and all that kind of stuff. And I was never a big fan of the circus anyway. Kind of prefer it now they've got rid of all the animals and stuff like that. But I'm even one of these, you know, loony lefty liberals where like I'm like, oh, don't eat the animals and things like that. So like I always think of McDonald's as being, even though I like going to McDonald's, it's like, oh, the animals. But so this is this weird combination of stuff here where it's like they've got McDonald's circus characters, and even though this is from 1991, which is a fair few years ago now, obviously, maths question, so I'll never work that out, but in 100 years from now, if like fast food's still a thing and like people having killing animals for food and that, what will these toys look like then? Will they be like Porn Stars 3000 when Chumlee is going, oh, we used to kill animals for food and have them in the circus? They'd be like, oh, yeah, whatever. But yeah, that's History 101 there. Let's go to the next one in the set. Oh wow. Now this is one of those shows. This is like 90s personified to me. You know, Jim Henson and the baby, God love me. This is Dinosaurs. There's baby Sinclair there, and his dad was a builder and all that kind of stuff. And there is an egg. He's just like Mork there. But yeah, that I think sometimes like every generation's got its super cool shows, and Dinosaurs was one of them. So that's pretty cool. Let's go to the old next one. Oh, this is one of those things where it's especially funny from a UK perspective, and like growing up with like things like MTV Europe and stuff like that. And I used to think MTV Europe was the coolest thing because you get up at like 9:30 in the morning and see like a Metallica video or a Scooter video or Sepultura or something like that. So and the band Europe Final Countdown and things like that. So I've always got this pretty cool connection with things like from Europe. But when Euro Disney started, I'm pretty sure that probably like the Walt Disney executives must have thought, oh, Euro Disney will sound quite cool. It'll have this like classy ring to it. And when you look at like Disney World, Disneyland, all that kind of stuff, you know, it for some reason Euro Disney just seems a little bit lame, you know what I mean? Even though I kind of love the concept of like things like the Eurofighter and stuff like that, I thought it was a great idea. But when you look at the toys though, I mean, look how good they are. You've got like Captain Hook there in a ship, and that's when I love it or hate it films, but I thought it was kind of cool. And then look at, you've got like a Dalmatian riding a fire truck. Chippendale. Still never can tell the difference between Chippendale. I know it's the nose and the teeth as how you tell them. I guess we'll have to figure it out one day. And there's a Tigger in a cup there. Tigger. Let's go to the one of the few Happy Meal toys that I really distinctly remember from being a kid. It was one of those ones that I like because McDonald's first opened in 1974 in the UK, which is like to me, so yeah, I think it was 1955 in America and stuff like that. So I've always got this soft spot for it, you know, because it was like part of my generation. That's one thing as well. They always blame the obesity crisis on things like McDonald's and computer games. All stuff that's been knocking around ever since I've been on this planet. Because the Magnavox Odyssey came out in 1974, McDonald's came out in 1974, but these toys came out. It says they're re-released 1985. Oh, sorry, UK. Oh, that's weird. Oh, it says there re-released 1985, UK 1994. But I distinctly remember these from when I was a kid. I'm sure if that's just a mistake there, or I'm looking at it wrong. But yeah, they were these little cool McDonald's cars. You pulled them back and they shot off and things like that. And they used to spin round like on their own, in their own like axis and stuff. It was dead cool. I think I had the hamburger one. That's funny as well though, thinking about McDonald's stuff like that. That like they used to have this big mural on the wall. What's that mural? Of all the McDonald's characters like Hamburger and McCheese and stuff. And now they've got rid of all that and they've got rid of the Jolly Roger. Anybody else remember the Jolly Roger? If you do, put it in the comments below. Yeah, you can't have the Jolly Roger anymore. I don't know why though. It's anti-pirate or something. Oh, this is one of those films to me. Like got really super fun memories of like when I used to go back to my parents' house and stuff like that in the weekend, and always used to drink booze on like a Tuesday morning. And I've got this really distinct cool memory of a Goofy movie being on. I remember a Goofy movie being on and The Last Unicorn, and like you were watching it at like 11 o'clock in the morning at my mum's house and stuff like that. But these were the Goofy movie toys. There's Max, Goofy's son there. And that was his girlfriend and stuff. There's Goofy, and this was the gorilla that attacked the van when they pulled up into this campsite, and the defence guy got a super cool camper van, and they could get like satellite TV and stuff like that. And that's one thing, if I ever went camping, I'd be like, oh god, I hope I find a guy with a satellite dish and satellite TV. Great soundtrack by Tevin Campbell, by the way. Ooh. Now we're talking, now we're cooking on gas. One holiday that I've always got a real soft spot for, like I know a lot of people like they love Christmas and New Year and things like that, but Halloween always the way to go for me. Like, you know, I always think of like they had cool movies on TV, and even though I didn't like sweets and chocolate that much, you always get like, oh, you could go trick or treating and get sweets. In the UK for some reason they always give us money, or they give you like spare change, so it was always like cool as a kid. You count like these coppers or silver if you were particularly lucky, and you'd be like, oh, I got £2 or something. I certainly remember being on me and mate Salty's stairs counting the money and stuff like that. And I also remember a guy went to his car and brought out a big box of Kit Kats, and that was always pretty cool. But looking through this, look at this, Halloween McNugget buddies. How awesome is this? Chicken McNuggets, there's one, so Jack-o'-lantern, there's a witch one, there's Frankenstein's, Frankfurter's monster there. But looking through this as well, oh, Halloween 95 stuff there. Well, there's some Monster McNuggets, sort of variant on that. But this is one thing, this is from the USA, 1985. But I got a real twinge, or I was going to say pang, I don't know, real pang of nostalgia. That can't be a phrase, is it? Anyway, never mind. But I got real nostalgia for something that I don't really remember, but I would love to know sort of if people have got good memories of these. But these were Halloween pails for going out trick or treating. And again, when a bit like I said about the circus ones, I can't help but thinking in the future people will look at these and think, wow, they used to let kids go out trick or treating and even on their own and like late at night and getting sweets that are bad for you. Then where did they get these devices from where you could go around getting sweets? From McDonald's, which is pretty awesome. See what what's me, because I picked these things, I can't remember what's next on the list or what's next next in the book. The Intergalactic Adventurous Space Exploration Party. That wasn't one of them. That was also ran. Jurassic Park cups. Now, what's always really cool about like collectible cups is they just always look great on your shelf. But like, I think me and like, you know, I think Tom's done this in the past. But when you've got like collectible cups that you keep in, you always sort of think, oh yeah, you know, oh I can have that, like, you know, with, like, you know, when I'm watching a certain film and stuff like that. And speaking of which, I don't know if you remember my McDonald's life hack, but this is a Lego movie from a Happy Meal toy. I went to McDonald's with me aforementioned niece and nephews and things like that, and they got this Happy Meal Lego one, which is pretty goddamn awesome. Oh, there's a cool Happy Meal box there, I don't know if I mentioned it, but this is not quite as cool as the life hack that I did, but it still kind of works, because you can think, I'm just drinking me McDonald's Coke here, but if you can somehow get one of these cool Jack Daniels and Coke cans, which class is this, try not spill it over this cool book, but yeah, you just pour it in there like this, and you go, oh no, it's just Coke. This is like the best day ever, isn't it? For me. Every cloud. I'm pretty sure people don't watch these videos sober, do they? You would have thought so. Oh, no, this is one of those things, talk about these anachronistic things that, like, people look back on the future and go, what the hell was all that about? So one thing I'm always like, it's always funny watching funny animal clips on the internet, but then sometimes you think, oh, people doing their stuff to make their animal look cool, but like it's dead cruel. But look at this Looney Tunes parade. You've got their coyote chasing Roadrunner like he always does, and then look at this. Look what an arsehole Tweety Pie is. Got Sylvester in a washing machine. Yep. Animal cruelty, first sign of a psychopath. What's the first sign of madness? When Sug's coming up your front path. First sign of madness. It's a good joke for the dads there. And this though, it's saving the best till last. You thought the Babe Happy Meal couldn't be beat. Well, look at this. This is 101 Dalmatians. Imagine trying to get all 101 Dalmatians. I think you did have to send off for some of them, to be fair. I don't think you'd go in like 5,000 weeks in a row as if you were trying to get some weird thing at the catalogue from years ago. But there it is, the full set, 101 Dalmatians. Yeah, let's make a Happy Meal about a woman who wants to kill a load of dogs, make a coat. That's what the kids will love, won't they? Cheers and see you later, and keep it locked.
How the heck does a 52-year-old, over-the-hill milkshake machine salesman build a fast food empire with 1,600 restaurants and an annual revenue of $700 million? One word: persistence.